Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome to Friday. By God, I finally made it to Friday.
We made it to Friday.
Because I didn't think it was ever going to get here. Go ahead.
I got to just shout out Jeff.
Right away.
Jeff's in Arkansas, and he says ahoy from his tornado shelter.
Dodging tornadoes in
So I don't know
Kansas.
what's I don't know what's going on in Arkansas, but but apparently it's not so good.
No.
So anyway, I just wanted to shout that out right away.
Stay safe down there. I don't look at Arkansas weather. I don't think that's on our sheet.
It's not on our sheet. You know, I used to
start doing that.
Well, I used to do that when we first started this. I'd pick, because my mom was in Florida, so I'd shout out the Florida weather, and then she came home, and so I started picking random places to do their weather, and I kind of got tired of doing that, and nobody cared. So
apparently, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I used to be like, today in San Bernardino, California, it's going to be whatever, and it didn't matter. Plus, half the people or a lot of people are watching this after the fact anyway, so it's just.
But that's good information to have.
Yeah,
you never know. One never knows. They might have family, relatives, friends in those areas.
You just never know. Well,
like us,
apparently in Arkansas, there's tornadoes today.
Tornado. It's the season.
Tis the season.
Told you it's time to get Christmas stuff out.
Exactly, you did. You just said that earlier this week.
Oh, ahoy, everybody. And let's just get some introductions out of the way. We have Boss Man Matt with us this morning.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, Boss Man. And without further ado, the one, the only.
Because everybody's waiting for this.
SBB in the house.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, my lad. It's been us pretty much all week.
It has pretty much, all week, actually.
Jackson has
He's
not
been
been
gone.
Here. He's been traveling.
Yeah. We didn't have a show on Tuesday.
We skipped Tuesday because we needed a break. That's why I thought yesterday was Friday. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something was weird this week.
And then the rest of the week just been us. Greta was gone.
Yeah, she's at a golf tournament right now.
I thought that was yesterday.
It's today.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday must have been getting ready for golf tournament
All right.
day. I know how it feels. I'm getting ready for Shriners today.
Yeah. Rolling in tomorrow.
I should at some point. I don't know. I'm going to have everything ready by about 2:00, and then I'm going to my grandson's party.
And when you get back, you'll just have a Chariot full of Shriners.
It should be full.
There you go.
I'll get back about 3:30 or so. Between 3:30 and 4, and we'll see who's there. It'll be time to go line up for the parade.
Yeah, that's right.
And then after the parade, look out. Who knows what's going to happen?
Exactly.
Who knows?
So we had softball last night, and our very own Greta was a pretty good little softball player.
Well, yes, she was.
And we all knew that. And she went to college and played softball, but there's like stuff hanging on the walls, and she was the real deal.
So it's not understated when I called her the glorious.
I know.
Greta.
She's the real deal. She was like
certainly was
part of All-State in like 3 years. I can't remember what they all were, and went to college and played, and I knew that, but just seeing it right there just kind of reminds you, like, whoa, she's the real deal, right?
Yeah, for sure. We've had a lot of good softball players in the past.
Yeah, there's a big list of.
And she is certainly one of them. That's a fact. I was at a middle school game last night.
How'd that go?
And Highland played Lone Tree, and this is the first game we've had where we were down. We were down 3-0 into probably the second. We scored a run, and the third we scored another run, and then fourth we scored more runs. Mm-hmm. So we ended up winning 7-4. But good game against L&M. Really good game. Good, better softball. There's some teams you play, and pitching is very important in any game to sport, you might say.
Right.
Softball, baseball, cricket, I think would be important to have a good pitcher in cricket.
I would assume.
But the youngins that struggle on the pitching mound make it difficult.
Yeah.
So, good game last night. And that brought back memories because my daughter, of course, went to Highland and won a state championship many in 2007.
Yeah.
So, got to see the same coaches, varsity coaches there, and the varsity played right after middle school. So, She was kind of keeping her eye on the upcoming
Right,
tournament.
right. Scouting.
But good to see those. Some of the Hannah's teammates were there, so
That's good.
we'll get a little smile.
Yeah, no
over
kidding.
this place.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Jeff says he's got one eye on us and one eye on the local TV. And, you know, Jeff, we would not be offended if you put both eyes on the local TV at this particular moment.
Yeah, you know, you can just listen to it.
You can just, we can be background to the rest of your life going on right now.
I hope you're underground. I don't know.
He says he's in his shelter, so.
I mean, which one really is more important?
Well,
being honest.
you know, there's it's debatable, but I think in this situation I might lean towards the tornado coming at me. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
It's close though.
It's close.
It's close. It's
Yeah,
close.
it's not an easy decision, but
Yeah.
SPP, can we get a radar of Arkansas
Yeah.
in a little box?
I got you.
You can do that.
look at that.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
He can do it all.
amazing.
He
Exactly. So now that I put Peter on a mission, I got to get this off my mind. That I just read this morning that just out of the blue, Hooters closed 30 stores.
I think I saw
They're
that
going
yesterday.
bankrupt.
Yeah,
They already filed for bankruptcy.
Already
I think.
filed it.
Yeah.
and I don't know which kind and whatever, but they remained open for a while. At least some of them.
Yeah, I think what I saw was that they closed all the company owned stores. So the the franchises are still open or can still be open. The company doesn't. There's no company owns Hooters anymore.
Well, I don't know. The only Hooters I know near us is in Davenport.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Hold up
No, look, he says.
so that people can see.
Now you can look at us, Jeff, and feel a little more confident. What's going on?
Here we go. So this is what it currently is right now. So you see that big mass yonder. Where's my mouse?
This is
This is Peter with the weather, by the way. So you see this big mass over yonder in Fayetteville. And then in a little bit, it's just going to keep going east.
tracking pretty much east.
It's going east.
Oh, it's blowing up on the backside too.
Oh, no, so now we're going into the future because that's 8:50.
You're
Yep.
right.
So it'll be in
So
about an hour and a
The
half from
heavy
now.
stuff. The heavy stuff is coming in Fayetteville in about an hour.
North Arkansas, South Missouri. Time to hunker down. So
Hunker down. I'm not sure where Jeff is.
He has told us, and I also can't remember.
Yeah, I don't recall.
But I can tell you, here we are. So I'm looking to look at us doing just the weather. This has got to be terribly.
We have never done weather like this before.
no.
So now we can't. Well, you could see Jeff might be telling us where he is actually at. You can probably see that somewhere.
There are tornado warnings down around Oklahoma and down in that area.
It's Tornado Alley down there.
It is. Severe thunderstorm warning, Fayetteville. All right, this is compelling.
The first time we've ever covered a tornado in Arkansas.
Well, there we go. Yep, Jimmy says stay safe, Jeff.
Yes, indeed. I will say this, that the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Casey.
Casey.
It's Casey and all the gang over at KCTC and the Morning Breath crew, the three of us, as we have been all week. Sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you, Willie.
Thanks, Willie, and all the Hy-Vees and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. I have this remote over here by me.
Oh, you have control today.
Not sure why. I don't know how to do anything. Hit on.
Yeah, you got to kind of point down over here.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Simply too much.
Just these remotes these days.
Yeah.
They just don't go. They just don't work like they used to. So there's a big feud between Donald Trump and and Elon Musk. It's kind of entertaining.
That kind of blew up yesterday, didn't it?
Jiminy Christmas! You went from, gosh, we were best friends to, you wouldn't get elected without me to, well, I'm gonna take away all your energy credits to, I'm gonna dismantle SpaceX.
Yeah. And I mean, Epstein got involved, and
Yeah.
there was
The hell,
all kinds of things happening.
billionaires argue?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like kind of seeing the two popular kids in high school fight, and you just kind of sit back and watch and just see what comes out and what goes down.
It's kind of right. And they're doing it, I don't know, they're doing it all over social media, which is just, it's like, come on. Get on the phone, yell at each other for a minute, and be done.
Get over it.
But yeah, that kind of blew up big yesterday.
I could care less, but I think there's bigger things to worry about. I mean, so what? Musk doesn't like this bill, whatever.
Yeah. Well, apparently Musk, so Trump was going to cancel some contracts, but apparently Musk doesn't, they don't have, even all his companies don't have a lot of government contracts. They have some, but not a lot. But pretty much every business he's in is got some government regulation involved in it. So, I don't know. Jeff says he's in Fayetteville.
Yeah, okay. Fayetteville, you got it coming for the next hour.
It's right there. So anyway,
Is that Tim time? Was that on Tim time or Central time? Daylight savings.
I believe it was on
Daylight
savings. Yeah.
So I got a quick little story.
Okay.
So everywhere you go now, they're asking for a tip. I think we've talked about that.
Oh, for
you
God's
go
sake,
to. It doesn't matter where you go. They turn the little thing around or whatever, and they're like pops up tip. It's like, anyway, it's over. It's too much, right? Well, anyway, this lady, and I don't even know where she was, but she went to a vape store to purchase CBD relief gel to ease pains because she struggles with shoulder issues. So, and the total was $129.28. Mm-hmm. So apparently they did the little turn the thing around or whatever and punch in a tip. So she chose to manually type in $5. Well, apparently the counter was tall and she's not, and she's kind of trying to see. And you see this sometimes where they don't have the decimal point's not in there, so you don't know. So she wanted to put in $5. She put in 500 because she pushed it an extra time. $5,000. And they charged her. So she knew it immediately. She tells the clerk, no. And the clerk says, I don't know how to get that out of there.
That's a bunch of crap.
It is a bunch of crap. He goes, I don't know. I can't void that. I don't know how to do it. And then she kind of kept going. And then he said, well, it never came through, so it's okay. They probably just canceled it out. Well, it did come through. She got her bank statement and $5,000. So she called the bank almost immediately. I'll get back to that.
Okay.
But almost immediately called the bank, and it's a large national bank. They wouldn't really take her call. They never got it resolved until 8 months later. They said, well, we see this claim is somewhere, but it's too late. You can't claim it now because it's too far after. And then, of course, it got to the media, and now the bank's like, oh, yeah, we'll go ahead and refund that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Here it is.
But a year later, she's a special education teacher. She doesn't have $5,000 extra dollars. And anyway, just careful what you put in for your tip.
Yeah, indeed.
$5,000.
You know what always gets me? Like, I'm usually with a group, and I just don't think about it. But they put a tip on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right,
so big,
right.
And then I don't think about that. I just throw, I look at the bill and I add my tip in.
Yep.
I remember one time that happened to me, and I went back and looked at the ticket because they were really smiling when I left, thanking me a lot. What the hell? And then I realized they got a massive
They got a really
tip.
big tip. Yeah, you do got to watch that.
So now I just turned the ticket over to my wife, and I said, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
Because I don't always have my glasses with me.
Right. My father-in-law, good, hardworking guy, takes care of his money.
Does a nice job with the garden down there on the lake.
No, my father-in-law. My Stacy's dad.
Okay.
He is a strong believer that the tip is $1 per person, regardless of the size of the bill.
Well,
we'll leave it at that.
you throw a little money in on the
I
side.
try to. But he kind of watches. He's kind of onto it. He's like, nope, that's what it is. And yeah.
Get yourself something nice. Put that $1 in front of them.
$1 per person.
You know that elective surgery you've been wanting? There you go. Here's a good down payment on that.
Yeah. I just kind of called him out, but that
Well, I've been in that industry, so it is important. I'm curious now what they're going to do if this bill passes. We talked a little bit about it. I think the no tax on tips is in there, which I frankly don't understand. If they're getting paid $3 an hour from the company or whatever they're getting paid,
right.
It's not a living wage because they make decent money on tips. Well, now if it's not taxed, should we tip them less? Should we take it back down? Because now they're saying it's supposed to be like 28% or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, people.
Well, so if you go to a restaurant, you sit down and you have a server, and I think you should tip them. I mean, I think you should tip them well. That's part of their whatever. What gets me is the fast food place that wants a tip. Where is that employee actually getting that tip, or is it just going in the pocket somewhere else?
How about
right?
picking up pizza
Yep.
because they asked for it there too.
Yep.
And I'm in a quandary. There's people around me. I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? I'm picking up pizza. What'd you do? You rung up my bill.
Yep. So
What do you do? You go pick up pizza. You tip?
generally, I order through the app, and then I'll order, no matter where it is, I'll generally order through the app.
Oh,
and,
so the app doesn't ask you.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yes. And I guess sometimes I will and sometimes I won't. Yeah, I'm kind of hit or miss on that. I'm not doing, 20 or 25%. If I go to a sit-down place, I'll be, do a generous tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I won't do that.
So I did 10% the last time.
Yeah.
On a pick, I went there, ordered the pizza, left, and came back.
Right.
Picked up some pizza. I don't know what's right or wrong.
I don't know either. Well, like I said, 5 years ago,
You wouldn't have done it.
You wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have asked. We wouldn't have done it.
SPP, what say ye?
Well, usually I order through DoorDash. That's the thing I
You tipped
use.
a DoorDash person?
I do just because they do. I mean,
Well, they're delivering.
it's delivery and they're paying for their own gas, and so there's a lot of costs that go into that. So I usually don't
that's
mind
the convenience
tipping.
of it. But like you said, if you go into the counter, you walked in.
I
ordered
will
it.
do like 5 or 10%,
Yeah.
but I won't do like a 20% ish like I do at a restaurant,
Right.
Because it's just different.
I need
to
to
me.
get my pulse on the youth.
The youths,
DoorDash, I've never done that.
no,
We can get that now here in town. Did you know that?
I don't think I did know that.
Yeah, you didn't used to, but now you can.
Yeah.
There's a few restaurants in town that are doing it.
So Iowa City's bigger. Bailey lives in Kirksville, which is bigger than Washington, but it's not a huge town. And she door dashes a lot, and I'm like, it's just right there. Just go over there. But I get it. I mean, it's easy, convenient. Iowa City, if you order, it depends on where you order from. It could be a big trip across town, but
I remember one time I felt bad because I ordered Jersey Mike's, and the only Jersey Mike's is in Coralville. So I made the poor guy drive like 30 minutes out of his way to drop off some sandwich. So I gave him $3 extra on my already $3 tip, and I was like, "Sorry, man."
Sleep well.
You know,
he was from Iowa City, the driver.
well, no, I just wanted Jersey Mike's, so I ordered it, and then it said the Coralville one's like 30 minutes away. I was like, "Oh man, it's a hell of a drive."
you could have done like, if you live on the south side of Iowa City, you could have been like, I want something from the Tin Roof in North Liberty.
Well,
Go up there.
I could have, but I wanted Jersey Mike's,
Yeah.
and
One in Jersey Mike's.
I wanted Jersey Mike's.
When you want a jersey, you want a jersey.
And so I put in the order, and they're like, "Oh, it's 35 minutes away." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that.
But
Sorry,
I'm hungry
driver."
now.
Yeah, I felt bad. Felt a little bad.
And then you get your sandwich and everything.
And then I got my sandwich, and
That's
know,
all fine.
Paid your $6.
and I went about my way.
Life is good.
Jeff said he's all good. Carry on. He wants to know what's the current animal that might kill us.
Let's take a break and we'll ponder that. We'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Go. Happy Friday, everybody. Ahoy.
Ahoy.
We're just all over the place.
We kind of are
today.
all over the place today.
We talked about in our youth going out in the hall of schools for tornado drills and leaning up against lockers or was walls or whatever.
Right in the middle of the hallway or the bathroom.
Put your hands over your head.
I mean, I don't know exactly what
Hope for the best.
I don't know exactly what you do, but putting your hands over the back of your head was not going to be a deterrent to the ceiling falling on you. But I don't know what else you would have done.
Back in the 50s, they were going under their desk to stop an atomic bomb.
Right? Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Makes you feel like you're doing something. Like, all right, we're doing something. Preventative measures here.
Yeah, this is not going to end well, so we'll just make the kids go under the desk.
Right. Yeah, why not? Why not?
You had a game. You had a game last night.
We did have a game. Softball. Washington beat Mount Pleasant 9-0, 5 innings. 4.5 innings.
4.5.
Correct. It's they were close, so it's they'll call the game 10 runs after 4 innings or 8 runs after 5.
Sorry, Denise, I'm back. I had my mic muted. It's my bad. Anyway, continue.
So anyway, they had 9 runs after 4 innings, and they tried to score still in the 4th inning, and they got thrown out at home plate for the 3rd out, which would have ended the game right there. But instead, they had to play another half inning. But yeah, it was 5-0 after 1, and the writing was pretty much on the wall at that point. But
It was tough because a lot of those runs came in 2-out situations.
I think the first 7 runs were all with 2 outs on the board. 5 runs in the first inning and 2 in the second. There was 2 outs.
2 batters up, 2 batters down quickly, and then it was just
Yep.
hit after walk after hit after walk.
Yeah.
So
The good news for us is that we were done at 8:30 and then come back here and took another hour, and we were out by 9:30, which Peter and I were talking as we came back. The last Monday night we had that really late night with the baseball, and we both felt like we were cheating because we were out so early.
You should have went somewhere.
I know, but
Could have come over and did Highland.
we could have. Well, the baseball game was still going on. I think that when we were done with the softball game, I didn't go over there, but I kind of looking back through some stuff, it looked like the baseball game was still in the 4th inning. Which I guess the softball game was too, but it ended then. But there's still some time left in the baseball game.
Yeah.
Which I think Mount Pleasant won that 9-3. But so
What else you got over there?
Well, this is just kind of a silly little thing.
Other than the coveted phone stand.
The phone stand.
The phone stand.
I just love that thing.
I
Though,
do. I'm all over it. So this I found on somewhere. Did you know these things had names? You know the space between your eyebrows. You know what that's called?
Your forehead?
Glabella.
Oh, the old glabella.
The old glabella.
Classic.
The way it smells after the rain is called
I love how it smells after a rain.
petrichor.
If you want.
Yeah. The plastic or metallic coating at the end of your shoelaces is called an aglet. I think I did know that. The rumbling of your stomach is actually called a womble.
Womble?
Womble.
That's a fun word.
Yeah.
Like, it's called womble or a womble.
WAMBLE.
Does one womble, or is it like a womble?
My stomach wombles. I don't know. I don't know if there's like plural. I don't know.
Okay.
I only know what's in front of me, boys.
My stomach's
That's all I
womble.
got.
My stomach's womble.
I'm wombling. One wombles.
Yeah, I don't know.
I womble, you womble.
The sheen or light that you see. The sheen or light that you see when you close your eyes and press your hands on them is called phosphenes.
What'd you say that was? Do that again? Because I was just rubbing my eyes.
There you go. The sheen or light that you see when you close your eyes and press your hands on them is called phosphenes. You know, you see stars or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think that's
I
phosphine.
can see everybody at home trying that. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
The day after tomorrow is called overmorrow. We all knew that one. Your tiny toe or finger.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
We all knew that one. Just go with me here. The tiny toe or your tiny toe or finger is not called a pinky finger or pinky toe. Apparently, it's
No,
called
I think it is.
I agree.
Pinky swear.
This this says minimus.
See, that doesn't work.
No. Not as fun as a word. Like womble.
The na 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 la la la, which don't really have any meaning in the lyrics of a song, are called vocables.
Hey.
Goodbye.
The space between your nostrils, you know what that's called?
That's where you put your
My bull ring.
dog bone thing, isn't it?
Exactly. A columella nasi. The armholes enclosed where the sleeves are sewn is called armscye.
The armholes.
Yeah, I guess.
The sleeve?
Sit with,
The
I'm trying to picture
armhole,
it.
the armhole enclosed where the sleeves are sewn. I assume this, like the seam here, this
Oh, up
thing.
here.
I would guess.
I see.
Legible handwriting is also called griffonage. Legible handwriting. I don't know why you need a word for that. The utterly sick feeling you get after eating or drinking too much is called,
Bloated.
barf.
well, drinking, hangover. There's all kinds of things for it. This says it's called crapulence,
Crapulence.
Crap-
which
Crapulence.
also makes sense.
That's another fun word.
That's another fun
I
word.
like that word.
So anyway, there you go. Things you didn't want to know.
I got some crapulence this morning.
Yeah. I had a case of the crapulence this morning.
I had too much pizza and I got the crapulence today.
It happens. that happens.
I still put on my happy hat to go ahoy somebody. 7:44. We would normally be back for set for the day, but we're going to go take a break to get set for the day. So we'll be right back.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Friday's edition of World Donut Day, and we have no donuts.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I thought, I should go get donuts. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. But I should have. I also need to bring in 542 peanuts to see what that looks like.
Still need to see that.
Yes. So, and we were just kind of talking over break. I want to throw this out there. None of us are opposed to tipping.
Correct.
To the right situation.
Correct.
There's just some situations that maybe not.
I think the the restaurant industry, food service and all that stuff, it was wrought with, everything was cash.
Right.
So I think the IRS kind of said, you know what, we're going to start auditing all you people until you get these point of sale systems that track everything.
And, well, now most of it you run through your card and they can track all that.
Yeah, you'll be wombling the rest of the day. Good call, SBP. I don't know. This is my thoughts that we should get set for the day. What do you think, SPP? Let's do it. All right. Do your thing. Uh-oh.
Let's get set for the day. You're all over the place.
Did you womble?
Are you wombling?
What does that mean? Look that up in your little phone.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah. Up. Yeah. Up. I think that's a vocable.
All right, let's try this one more time.
All right.
Let's do this one more time. Hold on. Tim, go ahead.
So it's National Donut Day. Oh, you did when we start back from there.
I was just introduced us to set for the day.
Should we, SPP, should we get set for the day?
Yes, Tim, I think we should get set for the day.
All right, let's do.
Let's get set for the day again. It is Friday. It is June the 6th. It is episode 235. The time right now, 7:48 a.m. Temperature in Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, and Washington is a 65 degrees. A pleasant 65 degrees.
It's National Fish and Chip Day today.
It is.
I think that's a bigger thing over in the motherland.
I think we can be well fed today. I'm all about donuts and fish and chips. I'm good with that.
Yet we have none.
How close are we to a drive-in movie? It's National Drive-In Movie Day, it looks like.
There used to be one over in between here and Muscatine. Grandview. That's it. I don't know if it's still there.
It is not.
Have you been to a drive-in movie?
Oh, yeah.
I used to go to them. Have you ever been to a drive-in movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They kind of made a little bit of a comeback for a while, and then they kind of went away again. But they were huge for a long time. So
remember you used to hang that speaker on your window?
Yeah. And then
it's the greatest thing in the world as a kid.
I think the last one I went to was in Ottumwa, and they had a radio station.
Yeah,
and then they upgraded.
Right.
You just tuned to a certain
but I hung the thing on my,
Those are the days.
Yeah.
Used to sit back in the window, in the back window.
Yeah, that's right. Used to ride there all the way there with your
You
parents.
could ride. That's back when you could ride in the back window.
And nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
I like driving movies because you can just buy all the food you want and then you just sneak it in the car.
No, all that true also. And now the drive-in movies are out of business because they lost all their concession.
Well, they didn't serve Twizzlers and Doritos, so
They might have. You just probably don't know.
I don't know.
Cloudy today, early, and then partly cloudy for the rest of the day. High of 79, low of 59. Tomorrow,
They were the original Door Dashers, the drive-in movie attendants.
yeah.
Because they'd come around to your car.
Oh, see, I never had that. I always had to go to
I
the
never had
concession
that.
stand. We didn't have like door-to-door.
I'm kind of making that up. I think you had to go to the concession stand.
I remember the one I went to, there was 2 screens. So sometimes if you went to the concession stand, you'd be watching the other movie for a little bit.
Oh.
Because there was 2 going on at one time. It's very interesting.
That is interesting. Tomorrow, high of 72 and a low of 56, and a pretty good chance of rain in the afternoon. Like
Well.
as high as 83%.
Don't rain on my parade.
Nope, like literally. Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield's Walter Day stars a new documentary, Arcades and Love Songs. From fire trucks to fruit snacks, summer starts at East Lake Park in Mount Pleasant, and repairs made at Willow Pond in Washington. That's back open. What's not open is McDonald's. You see they're tearing that baby down.
That's gone.
Yep.
I'm thinking about starting up a Shelley at burger stand.
You can. You got to, until they get that thing built back up, you can probably you can probably do well.
Is there a place I can get McDonald's fries on the black market?
Black market.
Black market McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
They're only the 5th best fries according to our Jackson.
Yeah.
So Jackson won't come to my stand, but everybody else will. Tastes just like chicken.
Not sure that's what I'm looking for in my fries, but sports. Fairfield and Washington softball are both at Iowa City West Softball Classic this weekend. That's a tough tournament. And Mount Pleasant softball is in Fort Madison on Saturday for a tourney. Washington baseball takes on Lone Tree tonight, and Fairfield baseball travels to Mid-Prairie. This day in history, and Peter brought this to my attention last night. He just randomly came up with this, and there it was. On this day in 1944, led by U.S. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, an Allied armada of ships, planes, and landing craft, and some 156,000 troops began the invasion of northern France from England, the famous D-Day of World War II. So today is the anniversary.
That had to be the worst boat ride ever.
Yeah, for sure. Random joke, random quote, or random fact.
SPP.
This is a random joke day.
It is. So I
I'm
felt
going to have one, and I'm going to dial one up just in
right.
case.
So this isn't a dad joke. So I was at the grocery store last night. I felt pretty good about myself because I did a good deed. So I was at the store, and the little lady in front of me was paying for her groceries, and she was about $2.28 short. She didn't have the money. And so she was a little bit distraught, and I offered to help and help her out, and she refused.
How kind of you.
I know, but I insisted. I said, no, really, I'm going to do this. And really, in no time at all, we had all our groceries put back on the shelf.
Good for you.
I know.
There's no point in her having to do that by
I know.
herself.
I felt good because I was helping her out.
That was good enough, but I'm going to. I'm just randomly open the book to this one. I accidentally rubbed ketchup in my eyes. Now I have hindsight.
There you go.
It's a twofer.
Twofer. Yours is more in the tradition of the dad joke.
We need more jokes. You people, all your quotes, facts. We're not fact-based on this show.
No, we just
Shame on us.
whatever we can pull off the internet, whether it's true or not.
We don't care.
Doesn't matter.
We don't care.
Jeff's weekend takeaway: the Who Gives a Crap segment needs to become a permanent daily fixture. Most recent entry: new usage of fecal matter. Yes.
We're not going to talk about that.
I didn't want to talk about it yesterday. And I did.
You brought it up.
I know, I did. I totally did.
And then Bailey added to it.
She did.
And I teased you with that. And then Bailey called you.
She called me on it.
What are you doing? She immediately threw me under the bus. Do you remember that, SPP?
I do remember that.
Tim
Immediately threw me under the bus. I don't even know if I have a takeaway that can beat that.
I don't either. But I will try and find more useless information.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't search for it, Jeff. It finds me.
I pretty much think most of the things that we bring up on this show is useless information.
You know, perhaps that space between your, right there,
right
that
there.
part right there. I'm not picking my nose. I'm pointing out.
Your womble.
My womble's here. Right? I'm wombling for some donuts right now. I gotta go find me a donut.
If I wanted to do a callback takeaway, I would bring back up the fact that mice can have ovaries. Male mice can have ovaries. We thought that
That's only when the mother was iron deficient.
Right. We thought that little fact was going to die, and I'm not going to let it.
Thank you for that.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to just go ahead with my takeaway because I don't really have one. We have the strangest people making up words for things that we don't really care about.
No doubt about that.
That was my takeaway. SPP, do you have anything to add?
Womble and crapulence.
Crapulence.
What was that one?
If you overindulge in food or drink, the feeling you have is bloated, hangover, or crapulence.
Sometimes when I take my probiotic, I feel crapulence.
Sometimes I don't even have to overeat or drink. I just feel like crapulence.
Happy Crapulence Day.
Crapulence Day.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the comments. Jeff, I'm glad that tornado blew over. And you're still in the back of my mind to take a long trip.
Yep.
I don't know. We got to make that happen.
It's still in my head, too.
I'll take a drive.
All right.
Change the oil in the long car. We're ready to roll.
We'll pull into a drive-in theater in the long car.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll just open up the trunk and everything. Just people. We'll have our own party. We'll be crapulating the next day.
Crapulating. Nobody will be wombling that day.
It's a feast. All right. Thank you. Bluegrass. Denise says drive-in and Bluegrass.
Yeah. I did not know that.
If Rachel were here, she would say, we should all jump in the limo and go to
Bluegrass.
Go to Bluegrass and watch a movie.
I'm in.
I'll bring the snacks.
I'll bring the snacks. I'll sneak in the snacks.
I am determined to never hit 8 o'clock, so we are going to shut her down, man.
This show's about as long as the softball game was last night.
That's a new record. Both ways. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the comments. Make sure you like, follow, share.
All that stuff.
In the whatever order I'm supposed to do it in.
You're good. Like, share, subscribe, follow.
There we go. Now you put 4 things in front of me. I always thought it was just 3. No, that's wake up, laugh, and go to work.
Wake up, laugh, go to work.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Ridiculous day this weekend. If you want to come out and see some Shriners, we'll be here. If you don't, just come out and be ridiculous.
Be ridiculous.
Have a great weekend. Until Monday, we'll be back then. Ahoy.